Good afternoon on this finally sunny afternoon in New York City, where I am. Hope it is where you are as well. And a little late for no good reason other than I wanted to be out in the sun sitting under one of my trees, which I can actually sit on the ground because of all the rain we had that melted enough snow under one of my trees. So welcome. Deborah Roth from Spirited Living. And this week, the goddess that I'm inviting in was kind of in, she's been in my consciousness, but I didn't know that much about her. But when I kind of decided that February, being the month of love, I wanted to highlight goddesses of love. Didn't really want to do Venus or Aphrodite. I think I did one of them actually several months ago because everybody knows about them. So I was playing around and looking for other ones. And Concordia is the Roman goddess, as you can imagine, of concord, of agreement, of harmony, particularly of marital harmony. And her Greek counterpart and it was Harmonia. Also, the etymology of that word is pretty obvious too. And if you consider that who rises to prominence are the gods and goddesses of the conquerors, it was really in the early Roman days that Concordia was most revered. And when the Romans conquered the Greeks, that's how they chose Concordia in their language. And she's a wonderful one because of all the symbolism that surrounds her. And I'll give you a little bit of her history too. I love learning about these goddesses that I don't know so much of. Hello, Shira. And she symbolized the peace that was finally agreed upon when the plebeians, we've all heard that, but the plebeians were basically the commoners in ancient Rome, and the patricians, which were the nobles, and they came together to overthrow the tyrannical kings and then formed the Roman Republic. I mean, the plebeians still ended up being the plebeians. It's not like it was so equal, but the Concordia was the symbol of that agreement for equality and for harmony between these two. And to commemorate the compromise that was worked out between the patricians and the plebeians, a temple to Concordia was built, and I think it was around like the 4th century, 400 BCE, and it was dedicated at that point. Her festival day is actually in July, and I think that's when it was dedicated. But it ended up being this extraordinary, bigger than life, out of proportion apparently with the rest of the statues that were in the Sacred Way in Rome, in the Roman Forum. And it was actually destroyed by lightning, I think. It was restored several times, and eventually ended up being almost like a museum where other works of art were brought in. That didn't happen until several hundred years later, but she still stands apparently in that area in Rome, in modern Rome. She's typically depicted. Sometimes I found her, so I don't have any statues of her because she wasn't someone that I knew very well when I first started studying all this stuff. She's shown with wings in a lot of her representations, and this is actually the statue, I believe, that's in Rome now. But she's typically pictured with an olive branch, classic symbol of peace. Here she's standing on what looks like the world and lions, so a real figure of power, and holding an olive branch and either an offering plate. You can't see it so much in that picture. An offering plate for alms, for donations. She is associated, and also a cornucopia, which you don't see. You can see it in this. This is a representation. She often was placed on coins, on two-sided coins, and you can sort of see the cornucopia, which represents the abundance that can result when all warring unities come together. Everyone benefits by it. So that's one of her representations on coins. She's also symbolized by the dove, perfect, and by the stork, which is interesting, which to the Romans represented family devotion. So lots of really rich, wonderful symbolism around Concordia. And I'm bringing her in today. She feels particularly apropos for this time that we're in. That's we're in this ongoing. We're almost up to a year. We're a month short of a year that we've been dealing with the pandemic in a very direct way in this country. New York City closed down on March 13th last year, and then proceeded to be the epicenter for several months. So it just feels with so much anxiety happening around us. And then personally, we all have things going on in our lives and our work. Sometimes it just feels anything but peaceful, anything but harmonious, anything but filled with concord, with agreement. So in that light, we are welcoming Concordia today. So I thought what I would do, this is kind of corny, and I swallowed one earlier, so my throat is a little scratchy. And you'll have to bear with me, but I thought a lot of times I'll sing or we'll do a brief meditation, and I would invite you to sing along with me. This is a song that probably almost all of us knows. I'm going to start it very low because it goes higher than my range. And what I'm also going to do, my dear friend Barbara Bijou, when she does rituals, and I've started doing it more when I do my new moon circles, I'm going to spray. And you're going to get it just through the power of your imagination. This is a really wonderful, it smells so good, a loving and harmony spray that I got years ago at the New Life Expo called Healing Heart Diamond Gem Spray. That's one. And then the other one, do a little stress less in honor of Concordia, bringing harmony to our lives. A little mini one. And this is from my other really wonderful friend, Rachel Ginther, who has probably 500 different mists that she makes through her beautiful space upstate New York called Garden of One. So I'm infusing my space, and by association your space, with this peaceful, harmonious, Concordian-infused scent. And scent, as we know, is particularly powerful in activating our emotions, our memories, very powerful. Other ones, just so you know, for to honor Concordia and to honor peace and harmony, would be lavender, chamomile. Just drinking chamomile tea, we know, calms us. Patchouli is a favorite of 1960s hippies, but it also is a good one. And the other one, I don't have it in front of me, is rose quartz crystal and amethyst are two really beautiful crystals that can really calm your heart and bring a sense of peace and harmony. So the song I'm going to sing is not quite a chant, but it's Let Peace Begin With Me. Let there be peace on earth. A little corny, but when you sing it with heart, it's amazing how much it touches me, and I hope it does you. So sing along with me. And then keep singing the rest of the night as you think of Concordia and bring her into your life. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With Concordia as our teacher. Had to do that. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live minus my croaking. It's all from the heart in any case. Please hold peace within your heart. Call on Concordia if you need her help in addressing any disagreements within your family, at work, and come back to her energy, come back to her olive branch, to the peace dove, when you need a little bit of infusion of that right now in these challenging times. So wonderful to be with you, and have a wonderful week, and we'll be back here honoring our next Goddess team member next Wednesday. Bye. Namaste. Thanks for being with me.